There, we're live. Yes. Just checking. Okay, all right. Man, uh, it never fails. It was like 4:01. I'm looking at the clock. Anyway, if it's worth watching, it's worth waiting for. Happy Doctor Who Day to everybody. Sorry about the light. It'll be down before you know it. For you that don't know it, of course, yesterday was the anniversary of the assassination of JFK. We got a Marv in the house earlier. Hey, Marv, if you're watching this, Shadowhawk, of course, in the house. Uh, but when Doctor Who came out 61 years ago today, was broadcast, the ratings are all right. They were actually pretty good considering everyone was focused on the assassination of the president. So they rebroadcast it a week later, the same episode, and that gave them a little bit more time to do some more stuff. They've done recreations and telling of the stories and stuff. Really, the behind the scenes stuff is just as interesting, or if not more so. Happy Saturday to you, Gable Pennyshot. So I haven't been doing drawing. I haven't been doing any head sketches. Last one I worked on, or maybe next to last. I did a Geo too. I don't think I ever showed that one. But December's coming. Oh my gosh. Rex Hex and Apex show will be rescheduled for next week. For you that caught that, about 4 people, maybe more, and by now on replay. Shadowhawk did about 16, 17 minutes over there on his and we just didn't get the notices out to everyone. I said, you do the 4 o'clock shadow since you're going to be filling in for Hex over on your channel, and I'll do the 4 o'clock shadow because I didn't want him to do both, and he did his. And it's been a while since he's broadcast, so it takes a while. Apex Comics in the house. We'll take a look at FemMat and see how, and a few other, the Mythicals, a few other campaigns. I guess Rex overslept, and I didn't receive Shadow's link. Well, I mean, we'll next week on my channel, I guess. No. We're going to do Rex, Hex, and Apex. Shadowhawk will do it on his. I don't know about sending links. He can put the link in the chat. I said, we can do that, and we've got a guest lined up. Omer Glitch, I believe, will be on with us, showing some of his artwork and talking. I haven't conferred with Omer, but hopefully Shadowhawk has by now. If he hasn't, Shadowhawk or Omer, you're our special guest on the Rex, Hex, and Apex show. We can delay it a week, and then that way Hex can be here. Hex had some conferences or stuff all this weekend so it's just going to be me and Apex again with Shadowhawk. So since Shadowhawk needs more subs, absolutely. I can help. I can host. Omer Glitch says. Well, I mean, Shadowhawk can host, but I mean, you, we work that out. If you've got Omer, if Shadowhawk's all right with that, we can do it over on yours. It doesn't really matter to me, especially if you're going to be the special guest. You might you probably do both. Where was you earlier, Mister? Actually, I woke up like 17 minutes late. I did wake up late. As you can tell, I haven't shaved, which I know you like, Carrie, but in a few days. I've been writing, and then more writing, and watching some westerns, catching some dialogue, catching some just visuals and whatnot as well. I've been watching. I just finished 3 discs of Whispering Smith. Audie Murphy played Whispering Smith, the character of Tom Smith. That was around 59, 60, 61. Um, Black and white. Audie Murphy was the most decorated hero in World War II. And then that kind of started his acting career post World War II. He told his own autobiographical story in Hellenbach, which was made into a movie. Um, Very interesting war movie, telling the Audie Murphy story. There's been documentaries and stuff. If you want to know more about Audie Murphy, definitely. And Sergeant York from World War One, very interesting story. The story, they really need to remake that movie. The one with Gary Cooper was a classic, but does not follow too closely the real accounts, which are actually more riveting. I've talked about that before. I like you in whatever way makes you feel good about yourself. Facial hair is on a man is attractive. Some people think so, some don't. But anyway, just taking a look at the chat, make sure it wasn't missing anything. But yeah, I've been writing. How much have I been writing? Roughly, because what I've done is I'll take some just lined paper like this, and what I do is fold it, because usually Abby's in my lap, so I'll fold it and I'll write longhand. It's all I know. Word processing. I know Mike Barron and others may do it that way, I'm sure, and I've seen Chuck Dixon do it that way. I'm writing it out as things come to me, as I'm sitting there, multitasking, which is usually, I think I'm drinking too much coffee. In fact, I know I'm drinking too much coffee, more than I would if I was working nights. And I am working nights. I'm working writing. This is not one, by the way, but this is, it's lined paper. Just show you how I've written 12 pages front and back. So that's really 24 pages, however you want to look at it, in just the last few days. So I've been like, speeding my ass off, I guess, where were you earlier, Apex? You left Shadowhawk hanging. No, wow, man. Okay, you're scum and we hate you. Just say it that way. I mean, no, Apex didn't leave him hanging. He, that was my fault. We talked about it last night. I thought he was going to contact everybody. I thought everything was copacetic. And I've been exhausted by the time I went to bed. And that's why I overslept 17 minutes. So if anybody, and, we'll just make sure, we'll get the details worked out, and we'll do it next week. No biggie. No biggie. Didn't get the link. Yeah, you're right. You guys are forever having issues with that show. Time to wrap it up. Yeah. Well, I know, but Hex didn't show up last time. He had something going on. Well, it was his wife's anniversary or birthday, I guess. And then he's had conferences this week. So it just hits just right. It is the schedule. So, but I didn't get the schedule's been off more than once. And here I am throwing it off again. I hate that. But haven't heard back from Roland Mann. He asked me about coming on with his new project, but he will be. I'd never be unkind to someone. I know, but when you call, I know, I just take it to the nth degree. I do the same thing with LZ Carey. When I said, just say what you mean, I hate you. Don't, I know you'd never do that. I would. No, I really wouldn't. I'd do it jokingly, but sometimes that's a little scary too. People get their feelings hurt, need to mailing up, Plus, it's a holiday season. Don't I know that? I went outside and I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday and a few other places, and this was like about 11:30, um, and it was busy. It was hopping. I was like, oh crap, it's going to be this the rest of the year, you know. I just want to go out and get a loaf of bread, and I got lines to wait in because of Christmas or whatever, you know. Well, Thanksgiving too, you know, Thanksgiving coming up. Hope I did talk to my sister quite lengthy last night, and she may be coming after Thanksgiving. Maybe I get to meet my sister for the very first time. Uh, Maybe. She's got, I think, grandchildren in a wrestling match about, I can't remember, maybe 2, maybe 3 hours away. So if it wraps up early, an early match like at 9 a.m. in the morning, she's got time. She doesn't like to drive at night. She would probably just drive over here, get a motel room, and we'll do something. Hopefully, I'll get to meet her. That Saturday after Christmas, Thanksgiving on Thursday, and maybe I'll get to see her Saturday. Maybe. We'll see. Shadowhawk will be doing the next 2 weeks. We'll be doing the 4 o'clock shadow over on Shadowhawk's channel now. But I'm gonna do today and tomorrow. And then we'll come back. I'm trying to get Rolling Man on the 10th. It just depends on his schedule, and it may not be the 4 o'clock shadow. Whatever works best for him. I want to be accommodated. I can do any time right now. Rolling Man will be a fantastic guest on Rex X and Apex if Hex returns. Yeah, I mean, you could probably get him because he's got a new project, he said, in the next week or two. So I just scheduled it for like a couple weeks down the road. We're going to kind of draw people over to Shadowhawks for a couple weeks. And then I'll, the 4 o'clock shadow will return over here on this channel. But I will still be doing streams, drawing streams, or I'll still be adding content, which should be approaching pretty close to 1,800 videos. I don't know. I won't know till it clicks over. Yesterday's broadcast was 60 people when we closed out. Now it says 58. Why does it do that when you go to YouTube Studio? But watch hours were just 1 second under 11 minutes. They downgraded it to maybe high of 8. Don't ask me how that works. Oh, good. My watch hours is in the green now. It's been a little bit down. We're right on the line of that. Of course, I haven't been broadcasting as much. But total 74 views. I even downgraded that once, the final total. It was 75, I thought. I think it was because it's football reference. Hail Mary pass going long, which was, we were just going to go a little long yesterday. But I got to see one of Shay's early cosplay costumes. It's not finished yet, but it's looking pretty dope. Little me. Oh, my, the pressure. Yeah. Eric and Boyd in the house. Hey, Eric. Hell to those great numbers. Yeah, I mean, we always do great numbers. I mean, I don't see how. With the numbering, we got 11 people in here now, I think, and only 4 likes. Okay, come on, hit that like button. I think we got more than likes than that. It's probably not updated. But uh, I contacted Shay, I believe it was yesterday. Man, these days are blending together. And I can't show you the ad, and nor do I want to show you the ad. But basically, Red Valkyrie sent me the ad that will be in the Devil Flyer magazine in the inside back cover. That'll be the only ad in it, and that's kind of a thank you for launching on their channel. But I will kind of tell you what it says. RedValkyrie.net. You can go to RedValkyrie.net. Content you want, creators you need. Red Valkyrie, writing, editing, merchandising, interviews, reviews, crowdfunding, consultation. I need my tonsils removed. Auctions, cosplays, marketing, games, streams, and art. Gameplay streams and art. That's basically what it says with a visual of Shay and Size characters, comic characters. So that should be a very nice ad in the back of the book. The only ad that's going to be in the book. The rest is all going to be story, folks. No pinups. There will be a J. Creator print that will be sent. If as a stretch goal. And you'll like that, because should I give it away? Might as well. Oh, well, I don't know. The viewership was at 11 and now it went down to 9. What the? Okay, if it gets back up to 11, I'll tell you what the print will be. And it is a stretch goal. So if we don't make that last stretch goal, cross your fingers that we do, you'll get a print with your book, which will be a big print. It'll be probably Golden Age size or larger. A little bit less than the magazine, because we can fit it in the bag with the magazine, behind the backing board. Freaking YouTube, nothing but problems with streams of late on my end. Yeah. It seems like you pay more for less service. Okay, we're almost up to 11. We got 10 viewers. So at least that's what it says. I'll give you a like when I get a case of bacon. Yeah. To celebrate 61's Doctor Who, the next 16 hours, they live streaming full episode. Boom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a couple different Doctor Who things that came up on my thing. One of the new Doctor Who things. If it's still, I didn't watch it live. I did click on it, so it's in my history. I'll try and click on it again, and hopefully it'll replay. That they don't take it down. I guess it's possibility. If they do, nothing lost. I would like to see one episode just to see how horrid it is. But yeah, I'm pretty much boycotting the new Who. But but yeah, 61 years, and it just seems like yesterday we were celebrating their 60th anniversary all year long. But amazing. We'll text when. He's usually here on Tuesdays. He popped in just briefly last Tuesday. He had this Tuesday. He had his stuffy nose and coat and not coat, throat problems. He's got a cold, and I hope it's not fall related. He's still sore and stuff. Still going to the doctor and getting test made and stuff. From that, I think. Or checkups anyway. Oh no, Texas Dave will not pop in today. No, that's your question, because he's a Whovian too, or whatever. And yeah, I would like to get over here and show you some of my American collection. Some of them are first. I mean, these are all first issue. They're some of them are harder to find than others. They've started reissuing them. I think about, I don't know why I've got 2011. Maybe it's 2021. They started reissuing some, and some of the original pressings became cheaper due to that. And I got original pressings. I would like go to eBay and say, I don't have this particular one as a first pressing, which are, some of those are quite rare. I mean, there was one episode that was like $175 consistently. because it was so rare. It wasn't out, but a few years people got them. They don't want to get rid of them. But when they started releasing them, then I started checking eBay and the price started going down on them. I said, is this an original issue? And if it wasn't, I'd send it back, which I never did get. I made sure before I bought it that it was an original, because I want an original rare first printing of it, not a redo. And when it comes to the Doctor Who, especially the new Who, you had to watch out for Chinese cheaper counterfeits. And I've actually bought a few of those to see what they look like, and I can tell the difference. But it's very close to the original BBC release, but it is counterfeit. Doctor Who, that is a thing. It says it's going to expire in 16 hours. Okay. Most of it I've seen. If it's new Who, I might be interested in that. Just see how bad it is. And I've never watched an episode with this new Who, but I know it's terrible, and it's my time to waste. Now, whether I'm going to do it or not, But thanks. Asked about Texas Day because of Dr. E. Yes. I will be CG Commandos this Wednesday. Apex says 7:30 Central. Cool. That's what it takes, man. Get out there and hustle. Last time I looked, you were at 75%, I think. You would know better than me. We have been watching. Woohoo. Oh, yeah, I'm showing 12. So what was I going to reveal? Oh, on the print. I think you'll like this. I collect pads. And on the next campaign, I will look into checking in with Pez and getting Devil Flyer made as a Pez for a possible stretch goal or something, I think that would be cool. I'd love to have a bog Pez. I'd love to have these would be official Pez. If I had to do a minimum order of, say, 1,000 or 2,000, that would be okay. That would be okay, even if it cost me thousands of dollars, because I could go on eBay and I guarantee you I could sell, or as long as it's official and not counterfeit Pez, I could sell those. It'd be very limited, and I could say only 2,000 made or only 1,000 made or whatever, and they'd sell like hotcakes. I guarantee you, because there's a big Pez market out there. It's I don't know if it's gotten stronger. I'm not on eBay as much, and I've not been dealing in Pez. I know the Pez guy, and I've actually got a couple signed by him that was importing stuff from Hungary and Europe and all like that. They've got a documentary out on it. Forget what his name is. I always called him Slew Glue. That was kind of his. That's how I kind of said his eBay handle. Helps push out Rex's show. Yes. Better yet, leave a comment, even if it's negative. Comments help shows more than anything. I don't get that many comments. Of course, I haven't checked my comments in a while in YouTube Studio. Maybe I need to do that. I'm not showing 15 watching, but that's cool. We have more watching than people than chime in. And it is the weekend. It's with the new Who. Okay. Well, I'd be interested in seeing that. Maybe I wouldn't get to see that much, but I don't really know. They're probably showing every damn episode of season 1, but they had holiday specials as well. God, the stuff I saw in there, woke bullshit. Yeah, it's not good. I'm not really that interested in it. I'm boycotting it. I gave into the Jodie Whittaker and bought the collection of that. And actually that's pretty good compared to this new Who from what I see, but they're trying to knit it all together and make it canon, and they should have. I'm going to draw Rex head Pez. Yeah. And Jay Krager will be, on the print. The print are going to be my characters as Pez dispensers. Although on the side it won't say Pez, it'll say Rex, but it'll be done in like the little Pez candy blocks. and that'll be a stretch goal drawn by Jay Krager. He's excited to do that. He said, "Oh, fun," when we talked about it. You know, um, channel button. Let's see how Rex. We got Dan Lawless in the house. Hey, Dan, it's good to see you, bro. He has a new cover out on Cash Grab 2. We've looked at that. Check it out. It looks awesome, Dan. It's good to see you. Mark Largent in the house as well. Wasn't that what that guy in the documentary ran afoul of, Rex, trying to sell Pez in the U.S.? Yeah, but he did it for years. He became he I don't know if he lost it, but he made over $4 million. And I gave him a bunch of that. Ah! I've literally got thousands of Pez, but I would like, that'll be a Jay Krager print, stretch go. My characters as Pez dispensers, and I hope you'll enjoy that. But now we're going to do the midnight drawn interior first. Work on that first. It'll be a 2-page spread with a Western theme with midnight. Crooked Painter and Lack is already in there. You can become a permanent character in the Momentum universe. It will be the Western midnight story, but then in midnight, I need to establish characters, like bartender, sheriff, deputies, doctor, the whole 9 yards. So if you want to be, I think it's $175. It says a cameo on the campaign. I haven't changed that yet, but I've sent out postings that you can become a permanent character within my comic series of Midnight. And the thing I'm working on so diligently now writing is the Midnight Pulp magazine. It'll be like this vintage pulp here that I showed yesterday. Let me show you that. This one's from 1939, January 1939. So it'll be something like this, nice cover. And yes, Dan, since you're here, I did think about you doing the cover because you have a real painterly, feel to your stuff. So I'll keep that in mind for, but a pulp's a thick book. So I've got a lot of writing to do. But like I said, I've done 24 pages in the last 4 or 5 days. I've been at it, but now it doesn't mean that I've been doing bits of dialogue, titles. I've been doing free association writing where it's kind of just comes to me. I write it down, terminology, things like that. And then I'll start writing stories off some of the title ideals that I've come up with. Apex Comics says, "Hey, Dan Lawless." Yeah, I haven't seen Dan in here in a while, but I always think of Dan. And what he's up to. Wonder what film bat would look illustrated by Dan Lawless. Hey, show me the money and he'll show you the artwork, right? Right, Dan? Did you send me a DM? Because I thought you were but I haven't seen anything yet. He always likes a little money, I've been crazy busy. Yeah. No need to wonder it would kick ass. Yeah. Yeah, it would kick ass. Down the road and over the bend, But yeah, there's definitely going to be a pulp feel to the Silver Boa pages. I've just been concentrating on this. I have to get the layouts for what I want, but I have to figure out what I want. Kind of like it just occurred. I don't know why. Somewhere I need to put a little lizard in there for Lorenzo. On a desert scene, if you're going to have a cactus, a roadrunner, a lizard, and a rattlesnake, you got to have a lizard. Come on. I guess the rattlesnake would have been the reptilian, representation, but stay tuned. Yeah, Omar I mean, Almer's like me. He's been, he's been drawing as much as I've been writing of late. Um, yeah, your faith in Dan shines. Hey, it's a fatal complete. If Dan puts his hand to it, it's going to be good, or he's not gonna show it. Um, but yeah, I think you'll enjoy that Jay Krager print. Um, we'll work on that after we do the 2-page spread. I think I know what I have, what I want. The finer details I'll talk over with him. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to pack in as much as I can in, and this will be kind of separate from the bystander story. And since I think since I expanded the book and added 4 pages, because you have to go in fours, right? 3 pages of the origin of Bog, the first, and then we'll pick up with Rob Ewing artwork. We'll pick up that was the Celtic barbarian bent. Well, now I'm working on the Western bent of the book. Um, some of these characters are going to get more play than others, quicker, faster. Like the next one, the Devil Flyer Zero issue, um, will have a character you really have not seen. I don't even think he was in the Ash Can. I know you've seen artwork and stuff done of him because I've had a lot of artwork done of him, and a lot of it you haven't seen. I know. I finally got to see it when it was finally delivered to me. But is Sea Demon. Brent did a Sea Demon trading card, and I inked it and colored it a little bit. I don't know if I have it here, but you'll be seeing more of Sea Demon. Sea Demon will get a lot more. I mean, I think I've got. It's been a while since I and John Dillard kind of did those layout pages. I think it's 8 pages, 8-page story. Now that I've gotten the 29-page Devil Flyer story out of the way, it's not going to eat up so much space on the backup stories. I've said that before, and then that gives me more room for development of those stories, and I'll need it. Got a very lengthy, can't tell you how lengthy. If you want an artist that can compact your ideals down into just a few panels, it may not be what you have in your head, but it's still effective storytelling. John Dillard's your man. John Dillard can compact what you have in your head in just a few pages. When you thought 8 pages, he can compact it probably down into 4 or 3. It's crazy good how he does that. Show yourself armor, get people looking at you. He's doing a lot of late, going on other streams and stuff. He was on the Shield stream with Justin. He was on with and I would say, build your channel up, start doing streams on your channel, Omer. Thanks for sharing that link. And Apex's link there. Also subscribe to him if you're not on. An actual Devil Flyer #1 come out in 2027. I know you wanted this issue to be #1. Well, it's not. It's a prequel and it's a magazine now. And the art sort of necessitated that I blow it up to magazine size, which I think is going to work out good because that way I can put like this larger print. I could put in there very safely. And it'd be pretty good size print. A Golden Age book, and I don't know that I have one here handy, is pretty large. When I do the Midnight Pulp, it will be about this size, about standard size, but it will be a square bound. I'm not done a square bound. I'm checking these things off. I'm not done a pulp magazine. Okay. I'm not done a square bound like a lot of the crowdfunders are, because this one's going to be saddle stitched. It's going to be stapled. That's the way I want it, so that it'll lay out. You know, it won't be square bound. But so check that off. You know, I've done a square bound. I've done a pulp. Um, you know, I thought about a novel at first with Midnight, and then the very next day it's like, oh, I'm glad I didn't really mention that, get around to mentioning that on the stream, because I think I'm going to make it a pulp. I don't know why that didn't come to me immediately, but that's time to think and for these things to come to mind, because I'm slow witted sometimes. Yeah, set all notifications. Don't miss an episode. Yes, over there on Shadowhawk's channel. We will be over on Shadowhawk's channel the next 2 weeks, but I will be on tomorrow doing the 4 o'clock shadow as I am today. And then the next 2 weeks we'll do it over there. And then I think you know, Roland Mann gets back with us. We'll have Roland on talking about his new project. And I can probably go on here and tell you what the title of that project is. Just let me look. Roland hasn't gotten back with me yet, but he may not be on Twitter. Oh, okay. And he wants to come on with Ron Fortier. Hopefully, I said that right. Fortier, who is the writer of the project. So he didn't give me a title, but campaign launch, looking to get some eyes on his campaign that he launched this week. So I don't know if that's over on Fund My Comic or what. I haven't seen any new things over there on Fund My Comic, but I haven't been looking. Find it here. I know Richard Sword 2 is going to be launching here pretty soon. R.J. Williams, Lena Riley trading card campaign still up there. Sherlock Holmes, of course, by Leviathan, Mike Barron. We'll try and get Mike Barron back on in a couple weeks and talk about Leviathan. We had some big audio issues, and then of course, what I'm hoping will become the first 6-figure thing over on Fund My Comics Sporting. This cover, variant cover, is Cecil Cash Grab 2. Orange is the new fat. They are 92% there, $46,152.25. So they seem to be doing fairly well over there. Cash Grab 2 did, Rini had about 37,000 something, a little over 37,000 on her campaign. So Cash Grab has now surpassed that and become the largest fundraiser over there on Fund My Comics. And I'm glad. I hope this will prompt some larger creators to go over to Fund My Comic. You can still find Arcfire by Kevin Davis over there, #1. That's up there. Tome of Reckoning, our friend Dionysus is over there with Tome of Reckoning #3. I backed that book. I can't wait to get it because that's going to have a catch-up tier for 1 and 2 for me, because I don't think I've received 1 and 2 from him, so, or anything yet. Chrome Dog, which was our featured comic yesterday, Chrome Dog #1 by Justin K. Sweet is still up there on Fund My Comic, as well as Hatch Annotated by Glenn Fleming. If you like a Ziggy-like character in his own world, check it out. And then Kelsey Shannon's Scribbles, layout and design works by Kelsey is still up there. $21,407 on that one. No end date on that one as of yet. It's like in storefront. USA Assassin 4, Dogs of War by Mark Poten is still up there. And as well as Relentless Tin Soldier 1 through 3 and Kid Fury #1 by Nicholas Gear. It's still up there on Fund My Comic. And if you're a Lone Star fan, I'm sorry for you, But yeah, Mike Miller's book, Lone Star Mind of the Monster, Last Chance Campaign is up there. That's been up there a while, but then some of them have been. That's kind of the nature of being in demand, what we call in demand. And of course, my own Devil Flyer 48 page, no longer 48 page, one shot magazine is up there and doing fairly well, $3,617 right now. We're hoping to stretch that way over 4,000 before the campaign's over with. We'll be renewing that campaign. Toot sweet. I am waiting on some artwork from an artist. I would like to put some of that up. Immortal Rising #1 is over there as well. That's Aaron C. That's got some colors by the artist Illumina Vox. Gary Shipman's got the Mighty Mouse of Might campaign over there. Go check that out. And Gary Shipman has a new one. Gary Shipman's Sketch Cards, Volume 1, is up there. And it is fully funded and on storefront, $1,040. So that's very cool. He was only asking for $500. So that's good to see that it got funded. And A Damn Dirty Thing, of course, by Doc Blaylock and Dark Gift Comics through Dark Gift Comics, still looking to get funded, 82% there. They're going to get the books out here pretty soon to people. Even though they haven't hit their 2,500, I think was their goal. They are past 2,000, $2,043, 82% there. And The Last Chance, I bought it here, bought it late, but I got it in time. Nephilim Squadron by Hex Allen, by Mel Allen. Fully funded over there on storefront. Preview Last Chance campaign. This is the last of the Last Chance campaign for that. I guarantee you. It's been out a while. And he sent me a version of the colored. In fact, this weekend I may try and drink less coffee. And I put my hand there and look how red. If you shake my hand, I'm like, I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost, I'm telling you. Young Mrs. Good Stuff. Hey, Mrs. Good Stuff. I think I remember Rolling Man from way back when I was pushing a Christian sci-fi comic that I created around 2008. Oh, cool. Yeah, he was with Silverline Comics. He did a book called The Demon. I don't know if I moved those in there. I've got them right here. Got no doubt. There's no telling what's in my stack. Oh, yeah, here you go. The first appearance of Thunder Bunny, one of my favorite characters. The only time, the very Charlton Bullseye, the very first appearance in the blue, he looks a lot like the Marvel family bunny, Captain Marvel. Blue, and this was the only time he was in the blue and the white costume. And this was the only reoccurring character in this before they went bust. He makes another appearance in issue 9, I believe. This is issue 6. In issue 9, and don't quote me on that, okay? It might not have been issue 9, but it was before this title ended. It didn't run very long, a little over a year. He was in the red and white costume, and he went to Apple Comics and all over. He went, it's almost like Dilates for Hero or Ben 10, except he becomes a rabbit, by slapping his hands together. It's actually pretty cool. And they did do a crowdfunder. I don't think it funded. I didn't back it because I saw it wasn't going to fund, but they did do a collected volume or was working on it. So hopefully they'll relaunch that. I haven't seen anything on it, but check out Thunder Bunny. Thunder Bunny was actually in with the MLJ characters like Jaguar and the Shield, the old Pep Comics characters. And Archie in the Archie series comics, as well as Ninja Turtles and Zen, the Intergalactic Ninja, was also in those Archie books. which are pretty cool. I'd like to get those back. I've gotten a few of them. I've got the issue with Thunder Bunny in there now. Um, I think I'd lose my hand shaking yours. Giant hands. Yeah. You have little hands. I've seen your hands because you on your crochet things, when you've done your, so yeah, I know. You got tiny little hands. Am I missing anything that's been said? Next cookbook will be Chronic Recipes. This is good stuff. Yeah. We had some anniversaries, like I said, and some big ones. And I definitely need to. Let's see. I think it's the Graham Nolan's anniversary today. So happy anniversary. That. And congrats to Billy Tucci for his Rob Liefeld variant covers. You can check that out over on Indiegogo. And actually, I could probably drop that link for you. She Gatecrasher, original graphic novel. $60,349 right now. Billy Tucci had a very nice live stream Thursday. I haven't seen it though yet. I just saw a mention of it. There we go. So there's the link to the new She Gatecrasher in the chat for you. Hojo says just under 42 hours remain and $77 to go on Indiegogo. Let's push the Mythicals over the finish line. So check out the Mythicals 3. I want to say 2, but Mythicals 3 over on Indiegogo. $511. Had a flexible goal of $500 fund over there. I think he's doing that on multiple platforms, and sometimes when you do that, it kind of splits it, right? The cash that's made. So there's the Mythicals. You can get 1 and 2 on that campaign as well. Get down to where I need to be here. Just in a momento. Been seeing a lot of postings with Dr. Freeze and his wife lately. What's up with that? Does anybody know? Oh, and Ethan Van Sciver. Hey, Dan, did you have anything on the auction last night? I didn't catch the Ethan's art auction. I knew it was going on, but I was in the writing zone. I've been writing. Haven't been doing much of anything else except writing. But yeah, some people have been posting what they sold on the auction last night. Just wondered if Dan had anything up there. Happy birthday, heavenly birthday, born November 1888. Harpo's Mark's birthday today on Doctor Who Day. I knew everybody would want to know that. Andy Smith dropping the pencil layout, Core Draft The Awakening on X. That was kind of interesting to see the pencil layouts. Rob and Isabel hanging out at the New Yorker Hotel today at the Big Apple Con. They're in New York City. They're showing off the advanced copy of Poison Elves Book 2, hardcover and other goodies. We talked about that on Topic List, if not this week, maybe last week, that Poison Elves was being reissued. I do have some of the original comics back there. Not a complete set. It's just obscure indie, Comic Book Plus, Comic Book Plus is a great account. If you don't already follow them, it's a fantastic website, comicbookplus.com. Comic Book Plus, the original and premier site to read public domain comic books, complete with a collection of comic strips, pulp fiction, and non-English comics. So check out comicbooksplus.com. I will drop you the link in the chat. Rex, did you see the cover that I did for the Billy Tucci, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Brian Pulido new comic, The Deadly Duo? I did. It was cool. Very cool. Deadly Duo is very intriguing from what I've seen. It's over on Kickstarter now. I don't know if it's going to go to any other platform. Do you know, Dan, if it's going to go to another platform? It was kind of Oh, it was kind of crowded. Yeah, I bet it was. People trying to sell stuff. Yeah. On the auction. Do you have any tips for inspiring writers in chat, Rex? Well, I mean, every writer's different. They work differently. I work longhand. I just do. I don't work with like Chuck Dixon or Mike Barron. They sit down to a keyboard all day long. Me, I'm like, I write what comes to me. If it's good, I write it down. If it's some of the stuff, if it's, I don't try and overthink it. It's like, okay. But yeah, I pick and choose. I'm like, that's no good. Throw that out. But I mean, most of it that just with me, it's just boom, 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 man, like cylinders, just comes to mind. Okay, write it down, and just write. I'm trying to get into the mode of just free associate, what I call free associating writing, where it just kind of comes to me. But now I am kind of saying, I am trying to focus on a Western theme, and it's coming to me. It's not like I'm just thinking about anything. I am focused on kind of one thing, writing for Western. Need to check out How to Draw by Dan Lawless. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I don't know. I bet it will be just on Kickstarter because of Brian and Jimmy. That's kind of what I thought, Dan. That's kind of what I thought, that it would only be on Kickstarter because they like to do Kickstarter and they've done Kickstarter for a very long time. But I thought you might know. Thought I'd ask. Starting Monday, Rob Liefeld says Witchblade, the collected editions, will start. It's taken years to finish, he says. So that's going to be something releasing Monday. If you're a Witchblade fan. Justin Belmont has a new cover over there on his campaign, Pens Down on Indiegogo. If somebody wants to drop the link, they can. I've got the link right here. I could drop it. Commissioned by EVS and featuring a hilarious cameo of Ethan Van Sciver. If you already backed the physical tier, Justin says check your email. You can grab it without paying extra shipping. So brand new cover for the Pencils Down. Devil Flyer, my character will be in that book. A cameo, something will be in that book. And who knows, maybe Rex Christian, the creator, will be in there too. I'm not sure. We'll have to buy the book and see. I was thinking about you earlier today, Dan, because I've been seeing a lot of postings on Conan. I've Carrie, I've got a good. I forgot about this. I was going to share this, and I'll share it right now. Rod Serling, of course, one of the great writers, The Twilight Zone, Night Gallery, did the original Planet of the Apes treatment. You must write those things which you feel are necessary to write, he says. You must call the truths as you see them. You must never write with dishonesty the things you don't believe in, and you must never be afraid of alienating people by taking an unpopular view. If the view is yours, if it is honestly come by, if it is meaningful to you, then you write it. Yeah, if it means something to you, it will strike a chord with somebody else. RT Bear dropping new pages over on X for his campaign Black and White Sins of the Father. So he's got new pages that he's revealed. And wow, just something else. Here is the link for the volume 3. $1,722, 212 bar, 48 days left on the campaign. So plenty of time to get in on Black and White Sins of the Father. But don't wait too long because that time goes by quick. So here is the link for Black and White. I mean, what do I know? Rob Liefeld made millions of dollars drawing comics in the 90s. Yeah, it's Rob Liefeld. Supposed to accept the poor anatomy. Yeah. Nobody tells me anything. Okay, Dad. Think it looks stiff and very head. Well, I mean, it didn't look. I mean, I think he's modifying his art style somewhat. Over on yesterday, November, and Nicole Nichols shared U.S. network television's first primetime scripted kiss between a white man and a black woman in Star Trek episode Plato's Stepchild. So that's been out a while. It was not the first time a white man kissed a black woman, but it was in prime. Die Another Day, starring Pierce Barry, opened in theaters 22 years ago, in 2022. Or no, I'm sorry, 2002. Back to the Future 2 premiered in theaters 35 years ago, 1989. Addams Family premiered 33 years ago, 1991. I think I probably went and saw that with the family. Pretty sure. Because I had kids, and that's what you do when you have kids. What else we got? I imagine Psycho Slumber Lost Pages Killjoy Indiegogo. Check that out. Need the link for it. I can. Happy birthday to Avengers Savage Sword of Conan the Hobbit, Kingdom of the Dwarfs and Wizard's Tale artist and Alien Stalker writer David Wenzel. It's his birthday today, or yesterday was his birthday, actually. Doesn't tell me how old he was. Um, Also, happy birthday to Russ Manning, award winner, The Nocturnals. I've got some Nocturnals, and Giant Killer creator, Legends of the World's Finest, The Black Terror, and Batgirl and Robin, thrill killer artist Dan uh, Brereton. I hope I said that right. Dan, do you know Dan? Dan Lawless, do you know Dan Brereton? Happy heavenly birthday to Miss America and Patsy Walker artist Venus. Journey into Mystery, Tales of Suspense, and Tales to Astonish inker, Golden and Silver Age great Christopher Rule. It's his birthday, heavenly birthday today. Also, it is Gerardo Risso's birthday. It's a mouthful. And also Ron Randall's birthday. I used to have some of his Trekker stuff. Happy birthday to Trekker and me and Joe Priest, co-creator. He's done the Warlord, Sergeant Rock, Star Wars, Shadow of the Empire, Evolution, Justice League Europe, Venom, Separation Anxiety, Arak, Son of Thunder. I've read all those. I've got all those. Airboy, The Crusaders, The Dreaming. Oh, I've got some Dreaming too. Yeah, Ron Randall. Yeah. Yeah, I remember his stuff and all like that. To mention a few things that he's done. Pre-order issue number 2 of Nexus Scourge from Alien Books, the multiple Eisner award-winning series that define the careers of creators Steve Rude and Mike Baron. Make sure your comic shop has plenty of copies, Nexus says. Alien Books. Let me show. I'm not following them, but I'll follow them right now. Alien Books. Here's their link on Twitter, and you can check that out at your leisure. There we go. Never met Dan Breeden. Okay. But I'm a huge fan of his art. Yeah, I like his painterly stuff. You know, his Nocturnals was really good, and his Black Terror was really good. You know, those were nice prestige books. I know he did some Omega Men covers as well. That was really nice. You can always tell his art style. He's got a certain look about the faces, you know, the whole thing, but he's got a certain look, almost like John Buscema had a certain look, you know, savagery is the best way. Mark Silvestri is my favorite image artist. Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane. Second, Jim Valento. Third, you're just third, fourth. Dale Keown, best of them with Pit number 1. Last place. Okay. I think the problem with She art is that Rob's work isn't designed to be colored realistically. It needs flatter coloring. That could be. Yeah, I mean, if it really depends. I mean, can you imagine trying to do a realistic Frank Miller that's fairly flat, you know, design? You know, you'll find yourself fighting against the artwork, trying to, you know, make it into something that's not there, you know, almost trying to do a Neil Adams color job on like Alex Toth. It's not going to work, folks. Rex, tell us about Midnight and the Drawn Interior. Okay. I thought I did, but the Drawn Interior basically is you can get drawn in for $175, which is a steal. I haven't upped it. Originally, you know, I was going to do a CG double spread with Ethan as Caesar and Cecil, you know, off to the side and everything. It was going to be like a Roman Coliseum type thing where the opponents are being are fighting or dead, you know, in the foreground or something. And the Mighty Battle Brick, a creation of mine, which was a riff on Mighty Battle Brick Road or Battle Brick Road. I forget the Mighty's my part. Would be selling across there with blood on it, you know, somebody throwing it in the arena. But I opted to go with the Midnight Western thing. I'm really hot for that character, to establish that character and get going on that. Um, did I the Giant Killer book? I think I did. Yeah, I think I've got that. I know I do. I know I do. Yeah, Giant Killer is really cool. Yeah. Um, Yeah, the drawn in tier, it's basically, you for $175, you can become your likeness can become a permanent character in the universe, the Western universe of Midnight. Like I said, I need, and if you have a preference, if you want to be a sheriff, if you want to be a deputy, if you want to be a town drunk, if you want to be a bartender, if you want to, all those slots are open right now. I've got two. I was thinking about in the 2-page layout. Now nothing's set yet, but I'm thinking about Lack and Crooked Painter, who have backed the drawn in tier early, of having them being shot dead by Midnight riding in on a horse. Kind of like Dan Lawless's Overstreet thing, we're galloping in on a big horse, and they're cattle wrestling. One's got a branding iron in his hand, and he's kind of letting go of it because he's going backwards. He's shot, and then, but now Lack, I would like to, Lack, see, Lack's Western anyway. He's kind of got fringe buckskin outfit that he wears anyway. He's got like I said, do you want to wear a hat on the drawn in tier? And he sent me a something really cool, Billy Jack hat. He's got a Billy Jack hat. Don't know who Billy Jack is? Google it. 70s movies. I've got all the Billy Jack trilogy. I think it was a trilogy. I think there was 3, not 4. I think there was 3. I might be wrong about that. Did you ever see Denver? Okay. Yes, I did. But yeah, go check out. Did I drop the link for Aliens? Did I do that? Alien books. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. That's just their X, but then that'll direct you to Nexus Scourge. But yeah, pre-order issue 2 now, of Steve and Mike's Nexus stuff. Very cool stuff. Mighty Mascots, $10. So it did go over and get $2,000. So Mighty Mascots, number 10 by Keith Gleason, who is going to be lettering most of my book. I think the letters are going to be done on the double page spread just by Jay Krager himself on the Midnight pages. Of course, I'm going to have old Western type and newspaper feel to it. Nice filigree, bob wire sort of framing. It's going to be cool. I just been, got sidelined by writing. Hey, sometimes you just give up your art to write, if you do both. And I've been doing that the last few days. Like I said, I've done 12 pages front and back, if not more, probably more. About 25 pages, if you're just counting the fronts. I've done about 25 pages. But yeah, Keith Gleason will be lettering most of my book. But he has his own campaign up on Indiegogo. Mighty Mascots number 10, triple size issue. Our favorite super team of serial mascots returns for an oversized anniversary issue and new toys. And if you didn't check out the broadcast with Keith Gleason that we had the other day, go check it out. We went for almost 2.5 hours. He said, I can give you about an hour and a half. Every time he comes on, we go long because we talk comics and stuff. If you like the blather, definitely go check out that episode. It was a good episode. It could use some more views on it too. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get much more views. It's like when I had Mike Barron on, we talk not just about his projects, but writing in general. And we got off on Westerns before and other novels and stuff that he's written. We go all over the place. I like to go all over the place and throw questions out that people don't normally get in the interviews because the trail pretty hard with Leviathan, and rightly so. Richard Bonk artwork, very, very cool stuff. And he's out there shilling on every channel, multiple channels a day. That day I don't know, player or something. There was something going on even before the interview. I told him, can you share screen? It'll probably run better on your system. My system's running slow today. Don't know what it is. I'm gonna have a guy come in here and look at it. I haven't. I actually rescheduled because he said he wanted to come the next day and I wasn't prepared. And I was in that writing mode. And when I'm in the writing mode, I don't want anybody interrupting me, you know. Okay, I did go see my mother twice yesterday, so don't put me on the roasting spit quite yet. I've not been totally, neglectful of my duties. But yeah, writing takes precedent when you're in the zone. Uh, and I've gotten quite a bit done in a very short time. 39 years ago with Graham Nolan's when he married his best friend. 39 years he's been married. So happy anniversary again to Graham Nolan. Very cool. And then another wedding that you maybe didn't know about. I didn't know about this. The Phantom, Lee Fox, the Phantom, married in 1977, Star Wars year, Diana Palmer, fictionally, of course. But yeah, Cy Berry, I think, did the artwork on that. But the Phantom got married. I didn't know that. Did not know. Howder 6480. Has Howder been in here? I haven't seen Howder today. He's working on his Garbage Man cover recreation, and it's looking dope. It's looking real cool. I do this if Buffo Calvin Buffo Calvin. There we go. His identity game, his identity game. I would drop the link to that right in the, if you want to check him out over on X. What he does is he posts these close-ups of these celebrities, from back in the golden age, and I got the other one. I got yesterday's or today's, whatever. It was Ernest Borgnine. You could tell it was Ernest Borgnine. He's pretty distinctive. According to, I think that's how you say that, Buffo Calvin, he says, great job by the amazing regular identity game community and all the new players. I play it off and on. For Ernest Borgnine's game yesterday, set a record of 360 correct, and I was one of those. That had gotten over 10,000 views. Well done. But Ernest Borgnine, very low. Katharine Hepburn's probably the highest, or let's see what's highest on the list. Gene Kelly. Wow, that's kind of surprising. Gene Kelly, 354 correct. If these are in any particular order. Okay, Ernest Borgnine actually topped Gene Kelly. That was 360. Very cool. Different dates from 2023 and 24 on this list. But I always liked it. It tests my, abilities. Infinitel Chronicles tallied up all the sign-up emails from the Infinitel Chronicles #2 100 sign-up free giveaway contest and drew the 5 winners. I'll send the winning email notifications tomorrow morning, he says. And that was, so maybe you were lucky enough today to receive an email. Getting close to finishing the colors on the sweet ink work of Nessa, which is a character in that book. I may add this as a special jumbo holo full card perk for the upcoming campaign, he says. That's cool. 11 years ago, I think yesterday, the doctor met the curator in the Day of the Doctor for Doctor Who. And the curator was Tom Baker. Tom Baker still alive, fourth Doctor, still alive. Anybody know if Aaron Lopresti put up his Fearsome piece up on auction last night? Like I said, I was in the writing mode. Slipcase protective box for your comics. Graham Nolan, a Monster Island trilogy slipcase is here. Now you can display your books and keep them safe at the same time. I always like that, to keep your up on Indiegogo. Let me drop the link to that. Escape from Monster Island by Graham Nolan, the third book in the Monster Island trilogy. Moving quick today because we've got a lot to cover. Hope you're enjoying that content. If you are, like and subscribe, and better yet, leave a negative or positive comment. Everything helps the algorithm. We need to get the last, what is it, 60 subscribers. If we did that, we could get monetized, partially monetized. Woo-hoo. Might take them 6 months to get it, I'll be drawing with these fellows over the Dawn. Oh, yeah. I saw Dawn on, the Dawn was on the Shield stream, and you. Very cool. Somebody lets you on, and you make those connections, you're all over the place, if you got a desire to stream. I think a lot of people have been cutting back on streaming and just putting their nose to the grindstone. I know I have, on writing and drawing for their campaigns, just to get the stuff out. Monster Island, Graham Nolan's Escape from Monster Island, the third in the trilogy, or Monster Island trilogy, $63,713 right now, 1,096 backers with 13 days. Just to let you know, over there on Indiegogo. I always like to say that. Luke Stone calls it the Pink Channel. Go over to Fund My Comic, folks. We need a 6-figure, Beauty and the Beast campaign over there. Opened 33 years ago. Beauty and the Beast, 1991. That's when my kids were young, and they loved that movie. First came out on VHS. KC and the Sunshine Band, in 1975. That's the way I like it. Was number one on the 100 Hot 100 Billboard Hot 100. Was number one. I love some KC and the Sunshine Band. Disco Still Alive. Sue me. I don't care. Toy Story premiered 29 years ago. November 22nd, 1995. Has it been that long? Wow. Debut, the Flintstones comedy show premiered 44 years ago. November 22nd, 1980, beginning with the Flintstones Family Adventure segment. RV Fever was the episode's name. Star Trek First Contact premiered in theaters 28 years ago. 1996. I went to go see it. An American Tail. I waited till that came out. I think Don Bluth did American Tail, didn't he? Love some Don Bluth. Sort of an alternative to the other animators out there. Steven Spielberg's movie, by the way. An American Tail. Fiver Goes West premiered 33 years ago, 1991. Another one that my kids loved. On November 22nd, 1967, and Lost in Space, quote, Danger, Will Robertson, Danger, was mentioned by the robot for the first and only time during the original run of the CBS series. And that was in color, and it was the third season. Very early on in the third season. How do I know that, Rex? Because I have all 3 seasons, and I've watched them fairly recently. I do have the Lost in Space complete collection. Blue Hawaii, starring Elvis Presley, premiered in theaters 63 years ago, 1961. And like I said earlier, Lyndon Baines Johnson took oath of office after and became the 36th president of the United States after the assassination of JFK in Dallas, deep in the heart of Texas. Has anybody been picking up any of the old, I think of it, EC stuff, the EC books? I guess Jimmy Reyes was on the auction last night as well. I have to go back and watch that. Top one, which is over on Indiegogo, is getting a new Joe cover, and it looks pretty dope. It's just in pencils right now, so I don't know that it's been added to the campaign. If you want that link, I can drop it, but that's pretty cool. I think last time I looked at the campaign that I knew that it was going to be up on there coming soon. Joe Sontag. They kind of had a placeholder for it. I'm going to get some dinner, but it was check in with you, Rex. It's been too long. Yes, it has, Dan. Tree Goblin in the house. It's been too long since I've seen you, my friend. Beauty and the Beast was my favorite. Posted my drawing a bell on Insta. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Disco has always sucked, Rex. Oh, I knew you were going to say that. That would be awesome. Dan Lawless. Someone has to crack the six-figure young lady mark. Yeah. If my ridiculous Crash Grab 2 Trump cover will help get that campaign up there, that would be crazy. Okay. That's what you were responding to. Yeah, it would be cool. You know, I've got my fingers crossed. You know, I mean, it gets funded at 50,000. Still got a lot of time on the campaign, and he could always put it in storefront or what we call in demand over there. So, yeah, if you like Dan Lawless's stuff, man, he's got a Trump homage cover over there on that campaign, and it looks well like all of Dan's stuff. It looks dope. Have you seen the AI enhanced version of the Zap film? One of the most complete and detailed recordings of JFK's assassination. It's up there on X right now. Morbid Knowledge puts that out, on Morbid Knowledge on their thing. He was assassinated 61 years ago. 61 years. Wow. And Doctor Who's just one day behind him, behind the assassination. Check out the Deadly Trio, a Doomslayer #1 by Coffin Comics, which is Brian Polito and his label. Jimmy Palmiotti, the Deadly Trio, Doomslayer #1. It is on Kickstarter. 34 days to go. 15,000 was their goal. They've got $48,897 so far. Let me drop the link to that. Mike Walters in the house. Hey, Mike. If I seem a little tired, I probably am. I've been writing, and sleeping very little. Told Shadowhawk that earlier today on the phone. So yeah, I'm a little tired. That's okay. So check out the Deadly Duo, the Deadly Trio. I'm sorry. Where'd I get duo? Seen that new I didn't quite get into talking about it. They made Captain Kirk look young again, and it's up on YouTube. It's called Unification. And it's using technology to make the actor who moves and mimics, William Shatner. It's amazing. I have clicked on it and not watched it yet. I really need to watch it. It's not that long. It's definitely very cool. And don't see the link to it, but it is up on YouTube. You could probably do just Star Trek Unification and it'll come up. Do a search. When in doubt, do a search. Sold last night, Comicsgate art auction, John Maylin's Godlike Character piece, done by Art Arroy. So that's cool. Art Arroy got in on that. People making bank over there. He needs to, because Ethan's got that red furniture that he's got to pay for. It's probably already paid for, but hey. Are you streaming tonight, Mike? Carrie says. Mark says it's amazing. Pretty much ran. Marcus Killigrew says the beginning, page 6 of the Mythic Earth graphic novel, chapter 1. I drew it. Eric J. Goldstein wrote it. So that's that Marcus Killigrew that you see over on John's Longbox in the chat all the time, and is a big comic book lover. I'd love to get him on the show and talk comics someday. Phil Diaz addresses rumors in this clip. Phil Diaz addresses the rumors that John Maylin started recently, and then the drama goes on. Phil Diaz is why my dick doesn't work. Somebody posted that with a John Maylin picture. Who was that? Danny Corbin. God, I let my sink look bad. They got a sink that's life can't get overwhelming. Some of that thing go. This lady helps to clean their home for free. Woo, my God. Let that go way too bad. That is something else. You don't want to see it, believe me. Crud. I mean, they might have the sink. It's so bad. There you go. Thank you, Carrie, for dropping that link. Unification. I need to watch that. I actually just clicked on it. It took me over there for a second, so it'll be up there for me to watch. Maybe tonight. Have you seen it, Mark? I'm still prefer to watch your stalled track, Mark. Carrie says, "Oh, I since you knew where the link was, or Mark, or you just being a good mod like Carrie, that you've probably seen Unification. Have you watched it yet? I'd be curious to know if you've watched it. I've not watched it, but I plan to. And yeah, I might prefer to watch your Star Trek as well. Star Trek, the complete collection by Mark Largent, up on Indiegogo right now. I believe it's Indiegogo, right? I forget. So many projects, so little time. Oh, we were going to look at the Mythicals too. Here's Star Trek. Don't get sidetracked, Rex. $3,000. Just busted $3,000. So cool. $3,030. Star Trek, the Stalled Track. Got to say that right. The complete collection, complete trilogy of the animated puppet parodies by Mark Largent. 86% there. He's asking for $3,500. I believe I told him after he launched, he's going to make that because he made 2,000 too sweet. But we can't pedal to the metal, right, Mark? We got to keep the pressure on. 3,500. We'll have you back on in a couple weeks. 25 days left on the campaign of the first 30 days. So lots of time, but you just can't take it for granted. That link I do know. Trying adding another 30 days. Okay. You'll make it. I guarantee you'll make it. Guarantee you'll make it. I was going to send it to your Instarex. Okay. You never did let me. I've seen it about a half dozen times. Really? Well, what did you think about it? Was it good? You must. I mean, if you watched it a half dozen times, wow. Community service still over there on Fund My Comic as well. That's T Bunny's project. You can check that out over on Fund My Comic, and from Broken Compass Comics or Entertainment. Unconditional Shove Volume 1 second printing is up there. Saga of the Sunsets, AC Pritchard. I was on a couple weeks over there on Justin's channel as the Man Cave. They're taking a break from that. His Shield-a-thon is going to be on Thursdays. That's why we cut Thursdays a little bit short, so that we wouldn't overstream that, because that's important to promote your projects, right? And I did get to promote on the very first one a couple of weeks ago, and was on there with AC Pritchard. Saga of the Sunsets over there, and Luke Stone is doing the artwork for that. You can check that over at Fund My Comic. And then somebody also we've had on, Wolf's Mane Comics. Wolf's Mane Comics, 9% funded. I think Katie backed that one immediately. Pendragon, the Legend Foretold. It is a Arthurian, King Arthur lore. So if you like that type of thing, check it out. It's over there on Fund My Comic. That's a good one to check out. And could use your help, in funding. Butch Cleaver 1 and 2 still up over there on Fund My Comic as well. Matt Burke's books still up there. Fall of Man looks really good. Fall of Man number 2 by Paul Bird is up there. Very cool. Polar Destroyer, we've looked at that one a little bit. Issues 1 and 2 is up there. They're 93% funded. 3 days to go, so you might want to check that out. Six Gun Gorilla, Brian's book. Six Gun Gorilla Volume 2 trade paperback, The Great Silence. That does have a John Dillard cover. Very cool. Fembat, of course, Volume 1 is up there. That's our own Brent Cantrell's book. 172 days to go on that campaign. 1968 girl bit by a vampire at the Go-Go Club. She gains supernatural powers, makes friends, and vows to kill the beast who destroyed her humanity. If you like a good vampire tale, I've read it, a preliminary thing of it. 78% funded. Okay, 78% now. Cool. AR 13L, sort of Ariel, play on Ariel, the little mermaid, still up there. $20,000, $969. So they're getting ready to hit 21,000 with that campaign. Very cool. Artifice Reanimate has not launched yet. Don't know what's going on with Manticore's book. Um, you know, he was talking about launching it at the end of October, but now he's, Paul Monsky's Tantalizing Adventures still up there. I believe you can find that on Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. The Fund My Comic is at 14%. It is Jungle Adventures, 5 scintillating tales of jungle adventure and action featuring the lovely botanist Alina, full color and 80 plus pages of art. Hell, the Jungle Girl, he says. That also has a Bill Black cover. Very cool. Check out Tantalizing Adventures. Our friend Paul could use your help over there. Soltac, Betrayal, Volume 1, and Arise, Issue 4 by Craig White, still up there. That's put out through Arrow Comics. And if you like sort of horror, kind of like the Mythicals bent, you'll like Tricks and Treats, Volume 2 by Ben Soto. That's up there. That broke $1,000, $1,300 right now. Resurrect Your Halloween Spirit with Tricks and Treats, Volume 2, a horror anthology filled with vampires, portals, Nazi occultism, and skinwalkers, and more. You want to check that out. This is a new one I've not seen up there. I don't know if they launched. Yeah, okay, it's storefront. No backers yet. Bond and the Blade, #1. Sort of martial arts type thing. And then Tim Tyler, he has a bunch of projects out if you like Tim Tyler's work. Perfect 10, we mentioned that earlier. Perfect 10, issue 5, exclusive Fund My Comic by David Brink. Fund My Comic cover. That's put out by David Brink. Has some great character designs. Get Perfect 10 book 5 with an exclusive and rare Fund My Comic cover by legendary artist Alan Goldman. Only on Fund My Comic. So check that out. Poop Man still up there. Poop Man finally got a backer. Poop Man #1. How many backers? I don't know. It's on storefront up there. $51 though. Funded at $1. So their funding was for $1. Inner Planet #1 by Jason Raddick. We haven't talked much about that. A little bit about that. I think we had Jason Owen with Apex Comics on his and interviewed him. Inner Planet #1, Chapter 1 in an epic saga of 2 planets locked in a Cold War. Spies, warriors, and evil wizards vie for control. We might have had him on there. And then, of course, Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, Second Chance campaign up over there by Alberto Martinez, Warrior Drake. League of Champions RPG book, source book from Heroic Publishing. Wow, that takes me back. It's going to 7 days to go. No backers yet. Superpowered Smash Master customized card game is up there. So it's not all about comics over there on Fund My Comic. They got prints, all types of stuff over there. Children's books. If you haven't checked out Fund My Comic, somebody drop the link for that for me, will you? Dead Crew 3 by Tim Tyler is funding. I did not know that. Maybe there's a catch-up tier. I really regret not getting Dead Crew. And he might have Dead Crew 2 up there. He runs multiple campaigns at the same time because he knows it's going to take I don't know that he does streaming. So if we can get Tim Taylor on here, I'd like to get him on here. We did talk to somebody recently that does know Tim Taylor. But yeah, go check that campaign out for sure. The Last Dodo by It's a Lemons. It's a Lemons got, I believe, I'm going to have an ad in one of It's a Lemons books. That's not this campaign, The Last Dodo. Shadowhawk backed that children's book. It looked pretty cool. Phenomenal Tales, #1, Minotaur by Patrick. Quinlan, I was on with him over there on the Seal stream a couple weeks ago in the post-apocalypse 1996, a Red Army soldier must hunt down and capture the most lethal rad monster ever seen. And that's he's out of St. Louis, Missouri. So just right above me in Missouri. About 200 miles away from here, I guess. Something like that. He's got Peter, what's Peter's last name? The British artist. Doing the artwork. So pretty dope stuff. Yeah, Crimson Skies, I believe, by It's a Lemons is up on Find My Comic. You're paying euros with that. It's pretty wild. But he definitely could use your help. Crimson Skies, I believe that's going to have a Devil Flyer, a Momentum ad in it. And I definitely want to get a copy of that. Just so many great projects over there on Find My Comic. I could go on and on and on. There's Meth Gator posters, a campaign up there, all types of stuff. I think Turner's books over there, B.A. Turner's books over there. Apollyon starts December 1st, so we'll have to get them on there. Apollyon 20XX. I think that's how you say it. I don't think it's 2010. 2010. I guess you'd make it in Roman numerals. But Apollyon is not launched yet, but it will be from the Godfoe universe. We've had them on here and had them over there at Apex's. The augments must navigate underground tunnels, hostile cities, and a new foe called Switchblade. So that's going to launch December 1st. So we'll have to get the Apollyon group, the Godfoe universe crew over here again. So, and I didn't know that was up there, but it is. It's launching December 1st, so that's a little bit away, but it'll be here before you know it. The title is Least We Forget, Apollyon 20XX, Least We Forget. So, and those are set in different time periods in the future. It's pretty cool, kind of interlinked. Smokes the Fox, he's got a few more of some of the covers left. Smokes the Fox and Weaponized Werewolf, Justin Belmont is still up there. And then, of course, John Longbox, John Bua's book, Heroic Tales Comic Books #1 is over there. A lot of good projects. Glenn the Monsterland, Devil Flyer, Devil's Weapon. Really need some backers on that, but we'll be renewing it soon. We'll be putting up a bunch of stuff. And I think we're probably going to go with the t-shirts. I'm going to call Shadowhawk and talk to him about doing a Shadowhawk t-shirt as well, along with the Devil Flyer main cover, John Dillard cover t-shirt. So if you didn't buy the book, you can at least get the t-shirt with the artwork of John Dillard. Definitely going to be worth the money. It'll be black, I'm sure. Black and the red will look cool together. But working on getting that, the Fool, another one by Arrow Comics, Randy Zimmerman, still up there. And that is introducing the Fool, his first appearance, as far as I know, because it says introducing the rodeo clown of justice. And when he defeats a villain, he cuts off a piece of their costume and sews it to his own. That's a pretty neat concept. Pumpkin Prince is another one over there. Jupiter by Jason Sandberg. That's a good one. If I missed your project, I'm sorry. I mean, there's so many. Conquest of Happiness. That's another It's a Lemons project that's up there. Uh, yeah, Dead Crew 3. I'm going to click on that from Tim Tyler and take a look at that. $57 so far on that. 39-year vet of the comics industry, Joe Kubert, alumni, comics geek and collector of cool stuff, worked on and or created such titles as Blood Rain, Razor, Faust, Dreadstar, Engine, Deviljack. That's when he kind of caught my attention. He's in Palm Coast, Florida. So he's in Florida. The Dead Crew was the project that we looked at that had the distressed pages and covers and stuff. I'm looking right now. Yes, they're doing that on this as well. It looks like dope artwork. It is pretty cool. I hope they got a catch up tier. There's 3. They did on the last one. There's 3. There's 3. Doesn't look like they got a catch up tier. They got an all covers where you can get all the different covers. I'm thinking there's probably about 3 of them. But $12. That's not bad. That's not bad. Dead Crew is my love letter to classic comic series like John Byrne's X-Men, Wolfman, and Perez's New Teen Titans, and basically the Bronze Age of comics. Dead Crew, and I would say that's a great way to start a book. Dead Crew was first published and introduced in the summer of 1994 and was well received within the independent comics reading fan base. I'm going to have to look up Dead Crew over on eBay and get those back issues. I bet you can get them for next to nothing. But they are low print, I'm sure, indie books. I'll have to check that out after the stream. I hope to continue publishing Dead Crew beyond the 3rd issue. I have 20 issues plotted, but as well, with all things, one step at a time. I'm raising funds for the production of the book and mailing, and if possible, for some new equipment so I can continue producing comics. I've been producing my own books for 39 years. As of 2025, 2026 will be my 40th year. Thanks for any and all support. Tim Taylor says. We'll have to try and get Tim Taylor on here. A team of monster outcasts protect the world from things much worse than themselves. Boom, 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 boom. That's one I want to back and catch up with. I'm sorry they don't have a catch up tier. Good stuff in the house. Hey, good stuff. Okay, it's amazing talking about the new Kirk thing. I figured it was. There's been a lot of buzz about it on X. That's where I first sort of went over to YouTube about that. Looks like they have some of the behind the scenes stuff. That's cool. Should have clicked on it before sharing. Looks like, yeah. This page has a bunch of stuff. This is all part of the Roddenberry Archive project that is working to make 3D models of everything Star Trek. Cool. Later off, I'm off to draw my little butt off. Come over and join us after Rex is done. Thanks for all you do. Homer dropping the link to that. I'll definitely click on that and see if yes, I'm subscribed to the Dawn. I think I did that. Just chime in that chat there. Starts in 4 minutes and 25 seconds, so we'll be hit that like button. There we go. So I might check that out. Let's see where we at. The Studio, Drawing Talking Comics, episode 8. And Omer Glitch will be on there. We started packing up cookbooks today. Everything will ship out this week. Says good stuff. That's cool. It's always cool. Made a beef stir fry tonight. At Tree Goblin says with loads of mushrooms. Good stuff. Why mushrooms? Why tree? I love shrooms. Trees. Stir fry is good stuff. With beans, sprouts, and peppers too. Love mushrooms, a wide variety, Shadowhawk. I and Carrie do not, and we're the majority. Us and Carrie for the win. We can get loads of magic growing around here, yeah. That's a different kind of mushroom. It's sheep poo, they say. Tree Goblin said. Yes, they thrive in poop. Kind of like truffles, right? Here it's usually cow pastures, yeah. But sheep or goat is probably just as good. Yeah, organic soil is a great microbiome. Microbiome. I can't say that word. I've thought about growing them at home. There are starter kits out there, yeah, for fairly cheap, and they're fairly easy. Just sort of like with the seeds and water it and keep it in the dark, and boom, you got mushrooms. I told you about that towel in my laundry room. It started growing mushrooms on it. I had a leak, and I don't know how the spores got on the towel, but it started growing mushrooms in my house. Not the edible kind, believe me. Yeah, not a big shroom fan myself. All right. So I don't overstream the little Omer glitch stream in the Dawn over there at the Dawn. We can shut it down a little bit early. I went almost 2 hours. Hope you found it enjoyable. We covered a lot of ground. I didn't save anything for tomorrow, so it's back to the drawing board. But we will be doing the 4 o'clock shadow over here on this channel tomorrow, and then for the next 2 weeks over on Shadowhawk's channel, unless we change our idea and do it over at Omer's. But we'll see. The plan is to be over at Shadowhawks Monday for sure. Shethan Jetty did a Cyberfrog head sketch that he started at the event at his local comic shop, inked and toned medium media paper. I don't know if he sold it last night on the Ethan's, but it looks dope. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. That's a weird spider. I'll have to show that to you sometime. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm getting sidetracked and get back to writing. I'll probably take a little break, need something to eat, and kind of rest. And I Spring Smith, so I got to go out to the shed and get something out. But you know what? It's Doctor Who, so I might have to open this up. And there's your Tom Baker Doctor Who. Happy anniversary, Doctor Who, 61 years ago today. Starting with the episode An Unearthly Child. And yes, have a great weekend. Point. Rex going to get visit from the feds now. Why? Because of the shrooms? Yeah, probably so. Just need a cool, dark environment. Yeah, and generally it's pretty dark in there. Anyway, enjoy what you enjoy. Enjoy your weekend. If it's another stream like Homer's and the Dons or something else, but I'll be going through StreamYard. I mean, I'll be going through YouTube Studios and doing, other streams on the channel in the 2 weeks that we're over there on. I'll be adding content to the channel, so don't worry. Hopefully I'm over this writing bent, because this has been going on for a good week. Need to cut back on the caffeine. Maybe that's what's keeping me up. I like to binge watch stuff. That's what I've been doing. And it's all been kind of research for the stuff I'm writing. So it's all good. I can multitask. I can do good. I don't do it well, but I can do it. Anyway, bow for now. Keep collecting, and we'll see you later. Ciao for now. Yeah, hit the button. It won't stop unless I hit the button. Should I hit the button? And how long will it take from when I hit the button till it ends? Your guess is as good as mine.